Investment banking is still one of the most high paying, high prestige careers out there. But here's the truth, breaking into it is tougher than ever. And if you're someone who is considering a master's in finance as your gateway, well, things have changed. So, is a master's in finance still a viable path into investment banking in 2025? Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I'm Trishna, and in this video, we'll explore whether you can still break into investment banking with a master's in finance. We will talk about current hiring trends, which schools are worth it, how much you will pay, what are your visa options, and the reality of competing for these jobs. If investment banking is on your radar, this one's for you. Let's begin with one of the most important questions first. Can you still get into investment banking with an MIF? The short answer is yes, but in 2025, it's no longer just about getting a degree. Top tier MIF programs like HEC Paris, Oxford SET, LBS, and ESCP still report strong placement rates into top banks. For example, HEC Paris MIF grads are seeing an average post graduation salaries of around $150,000, often securing roles in M&A, private equity, or capital markets. Oxford's MFE reports 92% employment rate within just 6 months of graduation, with banks like Morgan Stanley, UBS, and Bank of America among the other top recruiters. But here's the thing, banks are being selective. They are hiring fewer analysts and they are expecting more. Today's students need strong internships, practical skills in Excel and financial modeling, and a polished resume from day one. In some cases, candidates even arrive with level 1 or 2 of the CFA level completed. Geography also plays a very big role. If you're studying in Europe, London remains the hub. Most MI programs there have long standing recruitment ties with top firms. But if you're outside the UK or European Union, your chances depend heavily on visa policies, which we'll get into shortly. So, bottom line, yes, the door is still open, but it's not automatic. Pursuing a master's in finance can be expensive. Tuition costs at top European schools typically range from 30,000 euros to 50,000 euros. At HEC Paris, the MIF costs around 45,900 euros. Oxford's MIF is even higher, 59,300 pounds. If you're looking at US schools like MIT Sloan, the 12-month MIF is priced at $91,000. Apart from tuition, factor in living costs, especially in cities like London or Paris, where you might have to spend around 1,200 to 1,500 euros a month. All in, the total cost of your attendance can easily exceed 60,000 to 70,000 euros. So, is it worth it? If you land a job in investment banking, the return is solid. Entry level roles start at $120,000 to $150,000 in New York and London, but this is only if you get in. With so many expenses, the question arises is, can you get any kind of help? What's the situation with financial aid? Well, thankfully, many schools offer scholarships to ease the financial load. These can be either merit-based, need-based, or targeted towards specific group like women in finance or students from underrepresented countries. To give you an example, Oxford SET offers scholarships like the Reuler Scholarship and the Women in Finance Award. HEC Paris also offers the Excellence Scholarships covering up to 50% of your tuition. And if you're an international student, you can also explore country-specific options like the Chevening Scholarship for the UK or DEAD if you're heading to Germany. And that's not all. Some schools also have partnerships with banks for low-interest loans. But keep in mind that competition for scholarships is intense, so apply early and make your essays count. Now, let's talk about visas. For international students, getting a visa to study is just the beginning. What matters is what happens after graduation. In the UK, the graduate route visa allows international students to stay and work up to 2 years after completing their program. This gives them a valuable window to apply for analyst roles and even convert internships into full-time job offers. France also offers a 2-year post-study work visa for MIF graduates, and Germany provides an 18-month job seeker visa after the graduation. And if you secure a job, you can even apply for the European Union Blue Card, which opens doors across Europe. In the US, things are a little bit more complex. because only STEM designated MIF programs like the one at MIT Sloan offer up to 3 years of optional practical training. After that, you'll need employer sponsorship for an H-1B visa, which is not really guaranteed. So the US option is as risky as it is rewarding, if not more. And that's why for international students, European schools provide better post-study work flexibility. And that makes a huge difference when trying to break into finance. Since we are talking about MIS, what kind of knowledge do you actually get? What do you get to learn in the classroom? Well, top MIS programs are packed with technical content. You'll study valuation, corporate finance, M&A, derivatives, and quantitative methods. Many schools now also offer electives in private equity, sustainable finance, and even fintech. But the question is, what matters for investment banking? Recruiters look for students with strong modeling skills, solid accounting knowledge, and comfort with high pressure environments. Schools like Schema and WHU include Bloomberg certifications and real world trading labs as part of their curriculum. Isn't that amazing? Others offer dedicated investment banking tracks or allow students to tailor electives for M&A, capital markets, or leveraged finance. Internships are often either built into the program or encouraged heavily. So you have to use them wisely. They are often your best shot at a full-time job offer. If everything is clear up till now, let's look at the eligibility criteria. To get into a top MIS program, you are typically going to need a bachelor's degree in quantitative or business field, a comparative GMAT or GRE score. Usually a score of over 600 for GMAT or 160 plus on GRE Quant is considered a good benchmark. Then you need English language proficiency. A 6.5 or above or 90 plus in TOEFL is a good deal. Some schools strongly prefer prior internships or work experiences in finance. So, even if your GPA isn't top tier, you can still make up for it with a strong GMAT and a compelling application story. You should highlight your relevant skills, including financial modeling, analytical thinking, and your genuine motivation for a finance career. So, is a master's in finance worth it? If your dream is to work in investment banking, a master's in finance can absolutely be your pathway. But not just any MIF program. Choose a program with strong employer links, great placement stats, and visa flexibility. Be strategic, start early, build your skills, intern wherever you can, and most importantly, network. Attend finance events, connect with alumni, and reach out to recruiters. In 2025, landing that investment banking role isn't just about luck, it's about preparation and positioning. Well, that was all for today's video. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.